Yo, what up, my tubers? We're back for some more drafting here on Arena, some more Dominaria United, and lo and behold, we've finally done it. We have Pick One, Pack One, Jodah the Unifier. I have not had the chance to build around this card yet. There's a lot of text. Let's make sure we highlight it. Legendary creatures you control get +X+X, where X is the number of legendary creatures you control. So it pumps itself and is a 6/6 baseline. Whenever you cast a legendary spell from your hand, exile cards on the top of your library until you exile a legendary non-land card with lesser mana value. You may cast that card without paying its mana. Okay, so gives your other legendary cards cascade for legendary cards. It doesn't actually seem all that good, but what the heck, we're gonna have some fun and we're gonna take it. If that wasn't here, if the rare was just like some land or something, we'd take Micromancer. Then there's like a Rager, but I guess we prioritize legendary cards and fixing and removal and basically nothing else. I don't think you prioritize Tura, though. I think you take like the Lightning Strike here, or one of the lands. There's another Micromancer. If we had started Micromancer, we would just have a very good deck, but I think the Lightning Strike is the choice here over, say, Tribute. I imagine we're going to want to be like green baseline for extra fixings. But yeah, I don't think we second pick Tura just because we have Jodah. I think we're going to take the strike here. If we're going domain, then something like Nishoba Brawler is very good. Passing Tribute. Infusion. Yeah, this is fine. I wonder how highly you're supposed to take the legendary cards, though. Because, again, I don't think we're supposed to take the Tura there. That helps that I have a little bit of wine to go along with this. Urza assembles the Titans. Whenever you... Legendary spell. Oh, this isn't actually legendary, so that doesn't actually do anything. Okay, never mind. We are going to take a land here. Let's take the Tangled. Any green baseline land, I think, is probably the ideal choice. We'll go with the Tangled Islet here over Molten Tributary. Adarkar Wastes. Yeah, I don't think we take Fire Nado here, so I guess we'll take a land. Though this one doesn't add for domain, it is fixing for 5 color. Joint Exploration over Geothermal Bog seems okay, actually. This is a little bit of fixing and ramp in a sense. Okay. Ooh. I do think Choking Miasma has got to be the pick over a second Tangled, though. Because these decks really, really need their removal, and this one works very well versus especially like the Go Wide white decks. Pixie Illusionist for fixing is kind of filler. I guess we'll just take the Inscribed Tablet. Honestly, Bog Badger is perfectly acceptable as well. Just as a 3-mana 3/3 in our base color of hopefully green. This is probably not a good card. Like you think back to, for example, Kamigawa, where the Kami War, that was a very good card. This one doesn't do enough. It just doesn't do anything actually when you first play it, unless you have a bunch of legendaries already on the battlefield. Gardener's good. Some extra fixing here. Relic of Legends. Okay, we take that over Salvaged Mana Worker for sure, although we'll probably end up getting some Mana Workers in the deck at some point. Wield Tribute, so that's good. Somebody did take that Tura a couple picks ago, but whatever. I'm guessing the way that you build Jodah is that you just take cards for like the domain deck, and then maybe you prioritize legendaries a little bit higher. But for the most part, this is kind of just like a hard to cast big body. Fire Nado's a maybe. Alright, well there goes pack 1. Was it good? It was fine. What do we have here? I do think we're going to try to be, again, like I said, green as a baseline. Looks like black might be a secondary. But there's no green or black card I want to take here, so... Could just take the Silver Scrutiny. This card's pretty nice. I mean, I think the best cards that we could hope to get are like... Drag to the Bottom, Jaya's, or not Jaya's, not Twinferno, shoot, what's the red burn spell, whatever the immolating is, and maybe like Silex as a bad wrath. I'm gonna take the card draw here over one of the duels though. I think that's probably okay. But yeah, any of the big board wipes would be clutch. Obviously something like Herd Migration. And yeah, removal is still priority for sure. So we have Choking, Tribute, and Lightning Strike right now. And Inferno even, or whatever, Firenado if you want. Getting past a Leaf Crown Visionary, that's not what we want. Rona's Vortex here probably makes more sense over the Phyrexian Missionary. Although both are good. But a little blue-black removal seems nice. Yeah, Crystal Grotto is not good enough here, so... Vortex it is. Ooh, okay. Now that is a card worth taking. Wingmantle Chaplain is really freaking good. Maybe we can go like the 5-color Defender deck with Jodah? Ideally then we would pick up things like the Academy Wall for looting purposes. Some of the black walls are really good. Wow. Second Silver Scrutiny, huh? Is that even worth it though? I don't think so. There's a land here I should probably take versus another Vortex. Yeah, let's take the Bog over the Scrutiny number 2. Scorn, no. Another Tribute or Barricade. I think I want the Tribute a little bit more than the Barricade, but after taking Chaplain, this does get higher on my priority. But I think the removal is still a little bit better. Tear Asunder here too, what the heck? And actually, you know what? I kind of want to take the Outrider or the Urborg Possession over the Asunder. Because another way the domain decks can win pretty easily is just playing a couple of Outriders. You know? That's a tough pick. Outrider, Sojourner, Repossession, Tear Asunder. I know I'm going to regret not taking Tear Asunder though. Gosh, just so much removal. Codex now too. There's a Tolarian Terror, which is actually pretty good because we have a lot of instants and sorceries. Just based on removal. So this is, okay, we're looking more like Sultai baseline splashing red-white. A second Relic of Legends would be really good here as well, but... Oh man, I want to take that Tolarian Terror. I don't think we need a Codex. Do we? I guess we kill so much stuff. Alright, let's do it anyways. Espionage versus Meteorite. Meteorite would be bad fixing. Espionage... maybe slightly better here. Inferno on the wheel. We're not playing Bone Splinters. We don't have that many creatures to sacrifice. Surprisingly, there have not been many defenders going around, so maybe somebody else is already in the defender deck. We might run the Twinferno with all of our removal spells. That could be a thing. I mean, this is a defender, but that's not a good one. We don't want that. Could see running the Tide Turner with all of our kicker and instants and sorceries. Again, we don't really want the drawbridge. Like this would be, this is hopefully our only white card besides Jodah. So maybe the Pixie for fixing. Another Twinferno. Okay, well, I wouldn't say pack 2, wow, that was good. I wouldn't say pack 2 is great, but hopefully pack 3 will give us the goodies that we need. Like, funny enough, Flurferous Vinewall, I didn't mention it after we got the Chaplain, might be like one of our best pickups Not only does it fix us, find us lands, but it's also a defender for Chaplain. I guess my biggest concern is I don't think we've seen any of the 4-mana artifact defender that tutors another defender. You know? Whatever it's called, the Sentinel or something. Tangled Islet here. Passing a Terror, an Urg. Okay. Yeah. Alright, well, looks like the Chaplain's going to be a cut, because the defenders were really just not there. So baseline, Sultai, splashing Jodah, and maybe Strike, although I guess the Strike could be a cut as well, since we have so much other removal already. We have another Joint, Sentry, Scatter. Let's go with the 4/4 reach this time. Nael's very good. There's a second Floriferous Vine Wall. Scout would be okay. Yeah, Nael for the domain. Have I seen many legendary creatures? This is only my second legendary creature. I don't think I've passed that many. Have I? Oh, man. Vesuvian Duplimancy. God, if this wasn't pack 3, we would also try to do that. I mean, there's another legendary here, but it's not really one we want us to be splashing for. Jeez. This just feels like I'm going to be cutting the Jodah and maybe running like blue-green. Splashing black. This is such a feel-bad. There is a Najal. Well, can't say I didn't try. I'm probably just taking Prodigy here. Haunted Mire. Like, Choking's probably a cut. We'll splash the Tributes. Man, this is really sad. We just end up with like an okay Sultai deck instead. Second Repossession. I don't even have that many creatures. Maybe the Academy Wall is better here. Let's do that. Ah, well. I tried. I don't think the Jodah is all that good. You know? It just doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. Urgwheeling's great. Although this is black. Never mind. We want Tolarian Terror, which is 10th pick crazy. So we're not even going to run the Adarkar Wastes. I don't have any white kick. Like, we're just running Sultai Domain, and it's not even that good. Ay. This is what you call bad Sultai Domain. Let's get the Pixie back in. Probably cut the Turner. Maybe run the Drake. Our removal is the thing that's going to keep us together. Vortex, couple Tributes, Terra Sunder. Is that it? Maybe it's not going to be that good. Like, the defenders weren't open. Full-on Domain didn't look very open. I don't know what I was supposed to be doing in this seat, honestly. But we ended up with a pretty weak pack, or sorry, deck overall, it feels like. Not to say that this can't get some wins, but I don't think it's going to get that many. Damn. Somebody will have to go back and watch the entire draft and see how many legendaries I passed, because, again, I don't think it's that many. We saw the Jodah, the Tura, the Urg. Took the Nael. Maybe one or two more that I'm not remembering. But we probably didn't even have the fixing to make it work anyways. Alright, so how do we win with this deck? Mediocre blue-green creatures, and then hopefully card draw and removal, I guess. Seems about right. So we'll get the Bog, the Mire, the 2 Tangleds. No use for the Waste since it doesn't have a land type. Which means if I don't run a Plains Nail, we'll never draw a card unless I have Illusionist, but sometimes that's the way it goes. The Tide Turner actually doesn't look bad here. Over, say, I'm Automatic Librarian. We have a lot of kicker cards that it helps cast. And a lot of instants and sorceries otherwise. So the Codex in this deck is going to be like a 5-mana artifact that I pay 2 to draw a card. I'm not sure if that's good enough. Not that I have many options to sideboard otherwise, like a second Tide Turner. Seems pretty medium. But I don't think this deck is very powerful in any case, so maybe we just need the slow card draw. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Could be that 8 or 17 lands is also too many lands. But I'm okay with this. Alright. I'm not expecting much from this deck. Maybe we can run a little bit well. Get some lucky draws or whatever, but I'm going to say if I get to 4 wins with this deck, that's going to be above average. So give it a shot. First pick, Jodah. Didn't really pan out. I did pass some amount of land fixing, but we didn't really see any domain signals, and we saw very few actual good legendaries we would want anyway, so ended up here, and we'll have to reap what we sow. Okay, on to round 1. We'll be on the play here. Hand looks okay enough. Turn 2 Neshoba, and then hopefully we've drawn a land by then and can go like Gardener into Nail or whatever. It's currently going to be a 2-mana 2/3 trample, but I suppose that could be worse. Alright, let's find a land next turn, please. That is not a land. That's going to trade it at some point with the 3/1 anyway, so I don't mind blocking and just buying time. Sure. I don't think it makes too much sense to run it at 2/2. Darian, alright. Alright, a glimmer of hope in this very sad world. So I'm gonna take... They might actually attack with Darian as well. Okay, another sleeper. I was gonna say, they might attack with Darian, because that mana dork was really, really important for us. So if we draw another land, we're gonna be okay. Alright, well, let's draw 2 cards while they don't have too much pressure. Try to find some more land. It is a start. Notably, I have not drawn any removal. And we're just dying to Abzan poopers. I only have 1 play here, and it's a 4/4, and they still get attacked with their Warhorse, which I have to chump. My deck's not good, but this has been my experience with the format, man. It's so brutal. I guess technically I don't need to chump because they can't sack the Darien. Okay, no blocks. Braids. Yeah, good enough. I don't have a Wrath. I have a choking miasma, but that's in my sideboard. So. Not much to say there. Bad deck, bad draw. Oh, man. The draft was so weird, though. I don't know what I was supposed to be doing. Like, I was trying to be domain, but there was just not much going around. Like, Well, let's be real. It started with the pick one, pack one Jodah over Micromancer. If we had gone Micromancer into Micromancer, whatever blue deck we would have ended up with probably was going to be ideal. We do have 3 lands. So we're not going to get stuck on 2 lands this game, at least. All of these feel like tier 2 plays, though. Nothing exciting. Animalfly Swarm. Okay. Let's play Drake here. We don't need to set up our draw yet. That's fine. Another King Darien. Okay. Let's just Terrace under that right now. They should sack in response, so it goes in the graveyard. Yep. And now our Tribute can kick for -3/-3, so... 3/3 Warhorse. Yep, let's just go ahead and kill that immediately before they can untap. This is not a bad scenario for us. No plays. Let's dig for land. I guess the safest play is to keep the Vine Wall, because then instead of trying to draw the land immediately underneath, I get to look at the top 5 or 6 or whatever. Second black source here. Okay, if they're gonna no play, I think we're supposed to just play out the Codex and start going for card advantage. Their hand might just be a couple removal spells that they don't want to use yet. Ah, well, I was not wrong. Just happened to be a removal spell that could kill my artifact. Okay. Alright, 3/3 trample and a 4/4 reach. I'm expecting removal to start coming out. The swarm can trade with, obviously, one of my creatures. Yep. This is not a surprise. That is kind of a surprise, but I guess they're baseline black. No, they're just full-on Abzan. I'm okay to trade my Brawler with their Swarm if they want to. We'll get over for 2 trample damage. That's fine. I mean, they only have 2 cards left in their hand. Sure, they could have some more removal, but... not too concerned with what they're doing. I'll take a 3/3 flyer. And we're going to lead with Tide Turner here over Gardener. Since if they kill the Scavenger, the Tide Turner blocks the Herbalist very well. Johnny. Okay, well that's going to start drawing cards. I would imagine they leave that on top. Oh, no, they did bottom. Oh, wait, no, they did top. Okay. Pretty happy with the trade on the Scavenger. Not a trade on the Scavenger. Alright. Well, this is gonna be pretty over. They get to Terrace under the Pixie, look at another card. Oh, they did top, so it's probably a creature for a Johnny to hit. Phalanx, nice. I assume they're just going to kill off my Pixie, though, instead of playing Phalanx for 5. Oh, they did. Okay.
Surrender to Phyrexia.
Well, they still need to kill the Pixie with the Terra Sunder, but then we're just gonna get buried by the Ajani anyways, aren't we? No. Pretty good. And that should probably wrap her up. That'll go on the bottom, of course. Sure. I'm good to scoop here if we just draw another brick next turn. Way too far behind. I mean, I won't quite give up yet if we keep drawing cards, but trying to beat a Planeswalker doesn't seem very likely. Because even if it's not drawing them a card, it's scrying them a card to the bottom, which in essence is drawing them a card, you know? Well, the nice thing is that a Johnny's ultimate's not very relevant.
Reinforcements are near.
Oh, that'll kill me too. I don't have a way to deal with a 5/6 flyer right now. Alright, GG's. Good beats. Well, again, this deck's very bad, so it is not surprising to lose. Hopefully we can get a couple of wins with it, but this might be one of my shortest draft videos. We're pushing 28 minutes right now. We'll see how round 3 goes, but I'm hoping to squeak out at least 1 win. I mean, I said I'd be happy with 4, but now that we're 0-2, maybe just getting 1 win should be pleasing enough. Okay, on to game 3 here. We are sitting at 0-2. That looks like a good enough hand to me. Good enough hand for what this deck is capable of, which maybe isn't much, but I could see this hand winning a game of Magic. We're hoping to draw a land next turn so that I can go turn 2 Tide Turner, turn 3 Prot. Well, ching goes the cash register, because paid actors and all. Technically I have a win now. That doesn't really count, but the video will go on. 1 and 2 will go to quote-unquote the next game. Round quote-unquote 4. That was... yeah. Sadly, our best opener, which was in the game that... yeah, our best opener was in the game where our opponent just instantly conceded, so... this hand is good, though. Oh, well, actually, now it looks effectively identical to our other opener, actually. Green, black, knight. Sure. Alright, well, we're going to save the Prodigy. Playing it as a 2/2 doesn't do much. We will take another blue source here. We already... well, I mean, I already have 2 green, and now we have 4 blue, but we have, like, some double blue cards and whatnot, you know? I don't think it should ultimately matter. Hopefully that Knight of Dusk Shadow doesn't do too much damage to us, because Can't do anything for a couple turns to it. Yep. Given our hand, we're going to need to play the Prodigy for kick. Agnagoth Sentry, alright. Okay, I probably just need to use a removal spell this turn on one of their creatures. Let's go with the Terra Sunder here. Sorry, the Rona's Vortex here, because Terra Sunder can hit anything. Nael. No, I think we want to dig with Prodigy for, like, Tribute. We should have, what, 2 of those in the deck? Pixie would turn on another land type for Nael, but we would still be missing one anyways. So let's take the Espionage here. All they did last turn was pump up their Knight, so... I mean, we can pray that they do it again. I would find that very unlikely. Oh, wow. So what is... Do they really just have a bunch of removal? That's kind of insane. Or maybe a bunch of lands, either way. Okay. Well, let's attack for 2 and pass. Why are they chumping? What is going on in this game? Alright. So they must be flooding out really badly or trying to play around mass removal or something. We'll go Terror, Nishoba. They only have 3 colors. 3 towards Domain, so a drag to the bottom would not kill Artillerian Terror. Just a Writhing Necromass, that's fine. Yeah, okay, let's kick the Badger and hit him for 10 unblockable, I guess. And I'm gonna go ahead and cast the Espionage right now to kind of keep trying to apply the pressure. I guess I should have played Espionage first in case I drew one of my bog for the brawler. Sure. Unkicked. Oh, they don't have blue, and I did draw bog after the fact. So this is an attack with everything, because their only good blocker is the Necromass, and if it doesn't trade for the Terror, then we're making a good attack with our other creatures. Yeah, that's fantastic. They do get to scry 3 times, but... This was a very strange game. I think we just hand dump. We don't play around drag to the bottom. They did top something, though. They did top something. But I think we just go dump, dump, dump. Okay, that's not good enough. And even if they have a singleton removal spell, that's still not good enough. Nope, because they can get rid of the Nael or whatever, but they can only block the Badger and then still take 3. So dead on board currently. Ah, repossession gain 2 life. Nice. Alright, and we bricked, so... Now we're actually losing. Yeah, and they have a Necromass in the graveyard, so that Leech is a 7/7 now. I'm gonna take a hit, go down to 3. Okay, I need to chump all 3 of those creatures. Well, any of those creatures is lethal, I should say. But they can't attack with all of them this turn. Not without having drawn something else already. Only 3 instants in our graveyard, so if we draw Tribute, we can't kill the Leech. This is a good attack by them. I think because of this, I go like this and get one of them off the battlefield. Well, what else do I have in my deck? Let's take a peek real quick. Yeah, 2 Tributes. Yeah, I think we do this. I think this is our best chance to victory. I mean, maybe our best draw is just like Silver Scrutiny, draw a bunch, but I'm assuming they bricked this turn. It looked like we might get a win of our own accord. But now we are very much dead here. Even if we draw Silver Scrutiny, we have to find 2 chumpers. And that is way too late. Okay, good beats. Hey, I'll take it. That is to say, I'll take it. There is, like, I drafted a pretty weak deck. We effectively went 0-3, you know? We got that one odd concession, but I wouldn't call this a good deck. We didn't have very many win cons. I think our removal was okay. Our non-creature spells were okay. First pick the Jodah, it didn't work out. Somebody else was clearly doing some domain shenanigans. We got that Chaplain, which had a chance to work out, but then we never saw like any of the 4-mana tutor defenders. Very few other defenders, so sometimes, you know, this is how it goes. You're gonna have these drafts. I think this is a good learning experience. Some people are gonna complain in the comments, oh, why do you even upload these drafts? But these are the drafts where you learn the most. You don't learn much when you draft an open color, you just kill your opponents on turn 4. Like, that's not where the learning happens. It's from your losses like this. And I will say, though, the gameplay, sure, maybe there wasn't much to glean from that. But the draft itself was the important part. And, you know, sometimes this happens and you just got to move on. So, appreciate y'all watching. Hopefully you still enjoyed. Magic is magic after all, baby. And I will be back tomorrow for some more. Until then, peace out.